Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Tonight is Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. We get some amazing guests. Leo, hit that promo.
Yeah, I'm a big fish in a small pond. Day's free and my night's long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. I'm famous, I'm as famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am.
Welcome back. We're so glad you're here. I want to thank Leo for making all our wonderful promos. They're so good. Thank you, Leo. Leo puts all that stuff together. Leo is also a gun for hire. I will tell you that. If you are working on any kind of project, a show, whatever, some kind of promotion you need done, reach out to our friend Leo Rodriguez, and he will hook you up. He does the most beautiful work. Let me see. Danielle Alexandria Alchemy has joined us. First one in, as usual. Happy Tuesday, Maria, Leo, and What's the Story with the Maria family? Same to you, Danielle, the wonderful Danielle. She is a psychic, a medium, a spiritual healer. She does all kinds of things. If you want to find out more about what Danielle does, please go to DanielleAlexandriaAlchemy.com, and all her stuff is posted there. I cannot say enough about Danielle. First-hand experience, wonderful, wonderful stuff. Lori Towers, speaking of wonderful stuff, so many lovely people assembled under one roof. I agree. I love it. Lori Towers is a wonderful press agent. She's a bass player. She is a journalist. She is a music historian. And she and John, who's going to, oh my God, there they are. John and Lori were Mr. and Mrs. November 2022. Look at that. I got to say, I'm going to give you the award, Lori and John, for best art direction for any of our calendar people. Speaking of calendar people, we want to shout out. Thank you, Leo. You're so fast. To Mr. May, there he is, our friend Paul Filburn from across the pond from Yorkshire, England. His mother is a good friend of mine, and I met his lovely wife, and him and his son was my student online. I taught an online class called Express Yourself during COVID, and his son was my student. So he wanted to be in the calendar. He is a May baby. He's a Gemini like me, and I gotta say, Paul, nice buns on the burger, as you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he's so funny. He's really a funny guy. Geminis are a little kooky, but you know, we're fun. I'm a Gemini. We're fun. It can go either way. I mean, we got some crazy Geminis too. Leo, earlier I was playing some. There's a lot of great stuff out there. A lot of kooky Gemini.
Bad deals. I only get busted for taking her song.
Yeah, I know. Okay, but anyway, so there's lots of great stuff out there. Adrian Christian, Mr. May, I'd like a burger. Well, Adrian, you are so cute. We love Adrian Christian. He's the lovely guy. He was in town a few weeks ago and was so sweet. He came to the duplex, gave me a beautiful gift, gave me a Carpenter's 12 CD set collection. Oh my God. I'm crazy about it. And then Danielle sent me all my favorite vocalist of all time, Karen Carpenter. And then Danielle sent me the complete collection book, and just wonderful. It was a Carpenter's kind of birthday. Anyway, Adrian is lovely. Please go and follow him at adrianchristian.com. He is a singer extraordinaire and a lovely human being. We should have.
Yeah.
Oh, Danielle, what a good idea. We should have the What's the Story with Maria Awards. You know, my whole thing is I never want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I got to say, Lori and John do get best. I think that was the best art direction for, there were some really good ones out there. I do, what?
The selection of bourbon for me is one of the things that just
they
stands
really
out.
It's all details over there. So Leo, we have a lot to cover tonight, and John's going to join us soon, but there's so much happening. I said to Leo, and he agrees with me. Leo and I are about to embark on our busiest month. And I think we were talking to Scott Barberino earlier. He's in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. John is too. June is always crazy, crazy busy. Oh, Lynn Portish, genius, has joined us, and she says, John and Lori, all these hats. Danielle would volunteer as a presenter for the awards. Thank you, Danielle. That's very nice of you. Okay,
What? We wouldn't even need to give her envelopes.
No. Oh, that would be cool. She'd just be like,
Mm-hmm. Remember when
Or
Johnny
she
Carson
would-
used to do that?
yes, he would hold it up to his forehead. Remember? That was so funny. He was so funny. Speaking
Yes,
of
I'm
which,
that old.
my favorite show on Max right now is Hacks. Do you watch Hacks?
No, but I've heard about it.
Oh my
I've not
God,
watched it.
Leo, it's out of control. It's so good. But
I
anyways,
love seeing Jean Smart go from what she played in Designing Women to like the characters that she's played after. I love seeing
yes,
actors
and
progress like that.
Judy is crazy about Jean Smart, like crazy in love with Jean Smart. And anyways, it's wonderful. It's loosely based on a character like Joan Rivers, loosely, but it's in today's time. Rick Sudi Caritas. Hi, Maria. Hi, Leo. Hi, Rick Sudi Caritas, who just won an award at a video for his video. All I Want for Christmas Is You Gone. He was in town, and our paths did not cross, sadly, because I was working too many crazy shifts and all that stuff. But
I have to
go ahead.
tell you, if you're free on, I believe it's Sunday, June 8th
Yeah.
at 3 p.m., I will be joining Rick to launch his book launch celebration of his book. Oh my God, I'm not thinking of the
Oh,
title.
the one
That's
about
title.
fork. Fork. Rick, please
And the
pop it
algorithm.
in.
Type it in. I'm blanking right now. But
Yeah, that's all right. I
yes.
just thought it's hysterical.
We actually were just testing our connections last night. Did a little online, on Rick's Instagram and
love
his
that.
Facebook and YouTube. So June 8th, 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. on Eastern time. He's going to launch the book. The people that are in the book, some of the people that are in the book, they're going to be there, and we're going to talk about Facebook. And
where's it going to be? Is it going to be online, or is it
it's going to be online on the Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube.
What's the date again?
June 8th.
Oh my God! What is that fall? That's a
Friday.
Sunday. Sunday?
It's a Sunday at
No.
noon. Yeah, the 8th
Is it? I thought it was a Saturday.
Sure. I know.
Hold
it's
on.
the 8th.
Oh, I have a calendar right here.
There we go.
And
So bring your
speaking,
fingers.
June 8th is
There we
a
go.
Saturday. It's a Saturday.
Saturday. Fork Social Media and the algorithm it rode in on. Jailbird
Oh
stories.
my God.
So
Okay.
if you've ever had a problem with Facebook, Instagram, trying to get your account back, trying to speak to someone,
oh my God.
join the conversation. Oh my goodness.
It's a nightmare. You see, remember our Instagram, or What's the Story with Maria Instagram was hacked for 14 months. Is that crazy or what? And Leo and I worked tirelessly to get that back. Anyway, I do want to promo a few things because it's crazy busy on this month.
Okay, let me get that to work over here.
So June 1st, you don't have to be in town because you can get a virtual ticket too. Our friend Jamie Marie, who we adore from Velvet Stardust, is doing a show called Dear Marilyn, a song and dance tribute to Marilyn Monroe because it is Marilyn Monroe's birthday. That is June 1st. It's a Saturday. And if you can't make it to Green Room 42, the wonderful thing about Green Room 42 is that they have virtual tickets. I bought one because I work Saturday night, so I can't get there. But go and get a virtual ticket, and then you can watch the show. You have 24 hours to watch it. I'm a huge fan of these virtual tickets because I work so many crazy hours. And this way I can see my friends' shows and support them. And I think it's only $21 with fees, something like that. Okay, so that's that. And then I also want to promo our friend. He was on our show a few weeks ago, the beautiful and talented James Jackson of White Girl in Danger fame and Strange Loop fame. And he is doing a one-man show at Pangea on Saturday, June 1st and Sunday, June 2nd. I believe that 7 p.m. And his musical director is my love, Elliot Roth. So you can't go wrong with that. So I may go to the Sunday show. I can't go to the Saturday show, but I may go to the Sunday show. Now, this Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday coming up, right? It's so busy. The Mayo Performing Arts Center, which is, I used to teach there and I'm still on the roster. So who knows? I'll be teaching there again. But I love that place. It's in Morristown. The director of education is Kathy Roy Spees, who is just the most incredible person to work for. And I learned a lot from her, and I hope to work with her in the future. But she directs these like 60 to 80 person shows. Thank you, Leo. You're wonderful. And this year they're doing Beauty and the Beast. So the shows are Friday night, I believe at 7:30, Saturday matinee, Sunday night at 7:30. I'm going to the Saturday matinee show. And then Sunday, June 2nd. Yes. Okay. Anyway, that this weekend you go to mayoarts.org and you'll see all the, and it's a 1,600 seat equity theater, and it is sold out for these shows. They sell out. There's always a few tickets, so go and check it out. But they pack the house, and the caliber of performance, set design, direction is not to be believed. I'm not just saying that because I used to work there. It's the highest standards. So please go and check them out. Those are your things that are happening this weekend. June is starting with a bang and it will end with a bang. And so speaking of which, that's why we wanted to have these two performers on. Coming up, we have our friend John Pietero, and then we're going to bring in Scotty Barbarino after that. But before I say anything, I want to remind you that fellow Gemini, Stevie Nicks, was her birthday. Was it yesterday, Danielle? I think it was yesterday. Oh my God, Stevie Nicks, legend.
That explains why I received some memes and some from Daniel.
Yes.
Okay, now I get
Stevie
it.
Nicks' birthday was a lot of crazy. Now there's good Geminis and there's crazy Geminis. Like I heard a rumor it was Marjorie Taylor Greene's birthday today. I don't even. I'm afraid to say her name. It's like Voldemort. Anyway,
oh my goodness.
but a happy.
There's a country, there is a gospel, there is the R&B song, there is a rap song. There's a couple of rap. There, I do live in a smaller town, and it happens to have a good percentage of people that I can drive my little Subaru and blast out my playlist of all the MTG songs now that I've downloaded.
My God.
Well, somebody wore a t-shirt the other day that just they like to throw their stuff out there, and you know how music heals.
Yes,
so
it does. Music does heal, and I think we should. And I do want to give a shout out to Jasmine Crockett, who is the senator, Congresswoman from Texas, and she's my new favorite person. And
I could just sit there and watch her in AOC. That I could see them doing this. Excuse me.
Oh my God! Yes, girl. Yes, girl. But how much do we love AOC? But anyway, there's some amazing women right now running for office, and amazing women that are in office, and I'm thrilled about it. There was this wonderful woman I was listening to MSNBC yesterday. Her name is Molly Cook, and she's also from Texas, and she is running again for re-election. Amazing. She's an ER nurse. That's what she's done her whole life, and she's running, and she's a mom. So, go. There's a lot of amazing people running for office. Do a little homework, check out your districts, and make sure you vote. If you don't vote, I'm going to be really, really, really upset with you. I'm doing postcards to swing states as I always do. If you want to, thank you, Leo. You're ahead of me. If you want to do that, I cannot recommend it enough. You can do 100 postcards, 200, whatever you can handle. And they give you many months to do it. Like I already got mine delivered. And you have all these months to write them on. You send them out the last week in October. And they let you choose the state you want that is the swing state, or they say where it is most needed. And that's what I usually choose. And I got Ohio this time. But please, you're going to love it. You sit at night, you watch TV, whatever you do, you write out a few postcards. They send you the addresses, and then you put the stamps on them. And I also suggest that you buy your stamps postcard stamps before July because they go up in July. All stamps go up in July. So sadly.
It's a conspiracy.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, DeJoy is the guy there. So anyway, in the meantime, if you want to do postcards to swing states, I found it instead of donating to whatever to Act Blue or whatever or any candidate. That's what I do. That's where I spend my money, and it's mostly on stamps because most of the postcards are free unless you get over a certain amount, and then they charge you, but it's not much, just like $20 or something.
Hey, did I ever tell you that? And I'm sure you met him, but I got to wait on Robert De Niro when I was working at Petrosian. And
Oh,
I just
really?
want to give a shout out to my little buddy today. Just say,
Yeah, he was out there today. He is very vocal. I love that about him. I love that about him.
he's a
Listen,
great guy. He's a nice guy too.
I'm sure. Listen, this is your country. It doesn't belong to anyone else. Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't belong to Russia and it doesn't belong to any other crazies. This is your country. You want to keep it or don't you want to keep it? If
Mhm.
you want to keep it, go and save our democracy and vote. End of story. I don't want to hear
It-
anything else. I don't
It
want to
ain't
hear I'm
free.
not
No
voting.
one's gonna do anything for you in
No.
life. You gotta get up, do it yourself. Get up.
That's
and vote.
right. Enough. You can't phone this stuff in. All right. Woo, girl.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Anyway, we were dancing
sorry.
before the show. All right. Speaking of wonderful, getting things going, he has a book. He does a million things. Our friend John does a million things, but he has a new book coming out of poetry, Innocent Postcards, and I think it's being released tomorrow or today or something like that. So shall we bring him on? We are crazy about him.
The hunky historian.
The hunky historian. Whoa, I saw
I
that.
heard that that's his new name.
What is the
Oh.
radio station that you listen to every week that John and Lori are part
Every
of?
Wednesday?
Yeah.
WFMU.org, which you guys have WFMU out there to listen to on the radio. They also have a web stations. And WFMU.org, Sheena's Jungle Room, every Wednesday night. We party in the underground with John and Lori. And this is the wonderful voice that brings you all the rock and music.
There he is, the very handsome and Italian, my brother, my friend, John Pietero. Everybody give it up for John. Woo! Hi, buddy. What's going on?
Are you muted? I think you may be muted, my friend.
Let's see if we can. Yeah. Is he there?
He's there and he can hear us, but we cannot hear him.
Well, in the meantime, I'll tell you that John has 2 books while we're getting John to join us. John has 2 books. The first one is A Bleeding in Black Leather. And the second one is Innocent Postcards. Okay, so and how do you spell Pietero? John.
Pietaro.
Yep.
Taro.
Now listen, if John is having a little bit of an issue, we can always bring Scotty on first and then bring John on. Let's see. John, are you there, honey?
Yep, we can see you, but we don't hear you.
We don't hear you yet, buddy. All right, you know what we'll do? Because we don't want to waste John's time or anybody's time. Let's switch it up, and we'll bring Scotty in first, and then you and John can work on your stuff. Because Scott Barbarino, I think, is right there, right? Is he ready?
Yep, he's ready and raring to go. He's always ready to go. That man works. He's
You know what,
always
maybe-
on beat.
Maybe
John, I'll be with you in a second.
Yeah, maybe
We'll
zoom
try to
out and
chat.
zoom in or something. Don't worry, John. We'll get you. Okay. In the meantime, our second guest, he's a flexible guy. I've known him forever, and he can work well under pressure. And he also has a show. He had Piano Bar Live forever that he ran forever, and there's lots of great things that are always happening. You have no shortage of great things happening. Also, you are the editor, founder, and editor of Nightlife Exchange. Yeah, I love Nightlife Exchange, by the way. I always scan through it. I love it. It's so thorough and fun.
That is the labor of love.
I know it is. I know it is. I get it. Believe me, I get it.
So it's so, I of course, because I'm from the piano bars, throw me into whatever you need anytime.
I know
You know how
honey.
it is, Maria. We step in.
I know.
You know.
Step in and step up. So
Hey, listening to you guys do a little politics a minute ago, I just wanted to say something. If you're not familiar, when I was a kid, and I'm getting older now, but there was a woman by the name of Shirley Chisholm. And if you go on YouTube and you listen to the speeches that Shirley Chisholm made,
mm,
now think about how better of a world we'd be living in today if 50 years ago people had paid attention to her. It's an
oh
incredible
wow.
thing. And the cycle goes on, and we don't listen to certain people that we should be listening to.
Yeah, you're right,
So
John. She was you talk about a trendsetter. Whoa. Way before anybody ever thought that something like that was possible. I absolutely agree. And I also want
absolutely.
to I'm a huge fan of Gloria Steinem. I feel like especially young women
They
today
were all
don't might not
working.
even they might not even know who she is, and you should know who she is. Now, Scotty, speaking of women that came before us and were trendsetters, you just had
Right.
something really cool happen at Ellen Stardust. There's always something cool
Yeah.
happening at Ellen Stardust. But did you do a Miss Subway reunion?
Yeah, we did another Miss Subway reunion. I've been there for 20 years now, and we've done about 5 of them. Every couple of years we do a reunion, and this last one we had 12 of the Miss Subways came to the event. It was a reunion at the diner, and we had press there. They did interviews. 2 of the ladies in the morning went over to PIX. I mean, the one thing I'll say about these women from the Miss Subways competition, which went from 41 to 73 or 4, is none of them were wallflowers. Every single one of those people that won, all the women that won, it was a beauty contest, sort of, but it also had
Mm,
to do with character. And
wow.
those ladies are fantastic. And I have a good time whenever they get together with them. They really had a good time that day. And then we made Marilyn May became an honorary Miss Subway about
Oh,
4
I
years ago
love that.
because
She's
she's
phenomenal.
so New York, you know.
Oh my
Yeah, so
God.
New York.
She's phenomenal. I mean, she's 90 and she's still performing. I mean,
And she
it's
sang at the
crazy.
diner.
Oh
She
my
sang at the
God.
diner on at the reunion. And I have a younger, we have a younger audience in there and a staff that's younger, whatever. And Maria, you could have heard a pin drop when she got up to that microphone and started.
I believe it.
The room went quiet and was totally mesmerized. I mean,
I
it's
believe
incredible
it.
what power that she has.
Yep, she has a way. She just has a way, and that's it. Listen, that's a master class. Everybody says it. Watch her perform. That's a master class right there. So Michael Bowe has joined us. We love Michael Bowe. Eddie Kutu, my friend from high school, wonderful Eddie Kutu from Blade Salon. Julie Angelina, good morning. She says, you know why she says good morning? She's in Australia. She is a chef and a radio personality or a Facebook personality. Julie, we're going to have you on soon. Okay, Scotty, I know you got so much stuff going on. Tell me what's going on this month. What I
Well,
need to know.
actually, it's interesting. Michael Bowe actually reminds me of what an amazing month. A few years ago, I started to do some work helping this group called Chelsea Community Church down in the
Okay.
Westville in Chelsea actually, and
Okay.
they do a Carol Light Candle service, and they needed help going live, and I got them all set up, and we did live streaming during the pandemic, and I've stayed
Wow.
with them because it's a non-denominational church, and the way that I first found out about it was when my friend Jerry Scott, who was a
Oh
friend of so
yeah.
many people, passed. He was a member
Amazing.
of that church, and they did a a celebration of his life there. And I thought, if there's any group of people, and it's a church, but it's more than a church; it's people. And if there's ever been a group of people, and Jerry was there with them, they must be the right people. So I've
Right.
stayed with them. And this coming June, we're doing a whole month of different events, including we're doing a celebration of Jerry Scott's life on the
Wow.
third. I'm sorry, the 16th, Sunday the 16th. On Sunday the 23rd, I'm calling out to all drag artists, drag queens, drag kings, whatever. All drag artists are invited to come. We're going to be doing a blessing of the drag artists at the church,
Wow.
because what incredible, it's the truth. They've always been at the forefront of everything that we've ever had to fight for, and pretty much whatever anybody has to fight for. They're always
Right.
the ones that sort of know how to rattle that cage and get stuff started. And
Yeah.
we've decided we want to celebrate that community. And here in New York, the diversity is so incredible. We have so many people here. So, and then on the 30th, we're opening as an open house, and we're going to do. We're going to have a. I want to ask people if you've got pictures of, individuals or their pieces from the AIDS, the band, not the band, but the individual quilts. Send them on, because we're going to do a display where we're just going to have them playing during the day, and hopefully we'll do an open house with a little contemplative, sitting back and remembering, because we lost so much, Maria.
I know,
So
honey. I
much was
remember.
lost.
I remember it
If all of
very
those
well.
if all of those
I
folks were
still
still
get.
here today, by the way, they'd be voting.
Yeah, they would be voting. I still, every time it's mentioned, because you go about your life and things happen. I always get a pit in my stomach, and then like this darkness that comes over my brain. It's really like unless you were there, and maybe you weren't there for other reasons, but if you were there, you remember it. And there was a
Yeah.
lot that was happening, but there was also a lot of activism that came from it. And those lives should never be forgotten or wasted. So we always remember, when you vote for, don't just assume that things will always be okay. I mean, if these few years haven't been a reminder of that, with everything that's happened, your vote is your voice. You have one vote. Don't waste it. I always say that. And my mother she became an American citizen in 1957. She never missed an election ever. At the end of her life, she had cancer. She was in a wheelchair, Scotty, and she said, "I'm going to go vote." My dad said, "You can skip this year. I think it'd be okay." She said, "No, I'm not. I
Yeah,
gonna
my
vote."
grandparents,
Yeah.
my grandparents did the same exact thing. And Maria, they would, when in the 60s, you would dress up to go vote.
Oh yes.
Oh, so that crowd, they took it very seriously, and I'm glad they did, because I can't complain. It was a wonderful run until all of this craziness
I
started
know.
up.
I know.
You know,
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And we can never take it for granted. So please, everybody, go and vote. Scott, this is great. It's called the Chelsea Community Church.
yes,
Okay.
and we'll be there.
So,
Like I said, every Sunday something's happening. You can go to the website. It's chelseacommunitychurch.org.
okay.
And that's just one of the things. I'm getting, like I said, I'm getting older. I want to do everything and try to leave as much as I can when I go, that for the kids to learn from and all of that. It's like you get
Yeah.
on that. And so my day job at Ellen Stardust Diner, we're actually partnering with God's Love We Deliver for the
Oh
entire
my
month
God,
of
that's beautiful.
June. And it
And if you
is.
have never been to Ellen Stardust Diner, Scotty, tell them where it is.
It's on 51st and Broadway, right on the corner of 51st and Broadway. I have a crew of 80 singing waiters.
Oh my
We start at 7 o'clock in the morning and roll until midnight. Anything you need to know about Ellen Stardust Diner, all you got to do is ask Leo. He knows
Yes,
it better.
Leo knows.
He knows it better than me. Leo was there. He did it as artistic director, and Leo was still going strong. Still doing well.
Go get in line and go see the talent. Not only is it talent, but Maria and Scott, you guys know, you worked in piano bars. You're holding a mic, you're taking an order, you're putting an order in, and you're entertaining. And the people, I think, are not just amazed at how great the people sound, even when they get up on the walkway, but they're amazed on how did she remember all that and get my order right and still hit that note.
Right. That's it. No, I used to work at a place with me and a lot of people, Beverly, Bethany Vaughn and so many. That's where I started. It was a place called Romy's Quarter Deck. It was in Massachusetts, in Danvers, Mass. And we were singing waiters and waitresses. And we did the same thing. We took orders, delivered drinks, and then had to get up and sing songs. But it was a boot camp that I needed as a young person to get out of my head and get out of my ego and get up on stage. And I loved it. So I love Ellen's, and I think it's great what you do there. And Leo, from what Scott tells me, you were great at what you did there too.
It was a lot of fun. The kids
Yeah.
were a lot of fun.
I'm
Yes.
sure.
We've had a lot of
Get there.
success too. The last couple of months, we've had a lot of success. We've had at least 5 individuals leave that diner and get into Broadway shows. So by the
I
way,
know.
Leo,
Wonderful.
Nacelle Vega is in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, that's right. I saw her
Wow.
post that.
Yeah.
Post that. That's
So
Wow,
she
that's
had been in, she
fantastic.
hadn't done anything for a long while. Some people saw her performing somewhere else. Somehow they got her into the mix, and within about 2 weeks, she was cast in Hell's Kitchen. So
Wow,
that
that's
happens.
fantastic.
yeah. I
It
cannot
is. When it happens,
impress the
it's great.
people. It's amazing, my friends. A 4-person Les Miserables number, and it's
Yeah.
not. It's a group cast number that all the vocals make your body tingle, done by 4 people.
I
They do
believe
the
it.
whole thing, and it's they play different characters. It's amazing, and they're wonderful.
I
And
believe it.
they were fun to work with. That was a really bringing props. If you're a manager like Scott and myself, you can bring props and ideas, and they run with it, and it's so much fun. They're so
Oh my
silly.
God. Yeah, so go and check out Ellen's. You have to stand in line. It's busy, but it's such
It's
an
worth it.
incredible New York thing to do. You will
Maria,
never forget it.
Maria, if they
Yeah.
know you and they get in touch with you,
Okay.
you can give them my number. They can text me. I'll
Oh my
make it
God.
easy for them.
Oh,
Don't tell
that's good to
everybody
know.
though.
Shh. No. Okay. All right. Let me know,
VIP,
folks.
okay?
Okay, I love that. That's fantastic. I have some
Because
friends coming
there
to
is a
town.
line there. Yeah, it's a trip to get in.
Yeah, but it's part
And
of
Leo,
the charm.
by the way,
I think.
also, and Maria, we've grown. Yeah, we've grown there now, and we're getting better and better. Last year, we actually were in the Gay Pride Parade for the first time. Ellen started this
Oh, that's
diner,
awesome.
I
and
love it.
this year we're getting a float,
Oh
so I
my
don't have to
God,
walk
that's
it.
fantastic. And
Yeah.
Pride is the last Sunday in June. I will be managing at
Yeah,
Stonewall.
30th.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you're in the village, come by and say hi to me. Judy and Susie are working the door. So there's a lot of great stuff.
Nice.
And the float, Ellen's going to be in the parade. Oh my God.
If you've ever been to Ellen's, you know that they have some pretty good floats. So I imagine the spirit of their floats are going to get onto that parade, and you guys are going to have a good time. That's for sure.
I love
We're
that.
gonna make
Okay,
some real music.
Scotty, don't go too far unless you have to go. If you have to
No,
go, I
I'm here.
understand. But we're going to zoom
I'm
you
all
out,
good.
and we're going to zoom John in, and then we'll bring you back for the food section of our show. Go ahead, keep
Okay.
eating. But in the meantime, then we'll
Thank
bring
you.
John in. Thank you so much. And if you think of anything else, we'll talk about it at the end of the show. Scott
Will do.
Barberino, everybody, our friend and
Mwah.
amazing. He makes things happen. Scott Barberino makes things happen.
He
in
does.
this
He
town.
manages that. And not only that, he celebrates the servers that are great talents downstairs at Iridium, and he lets
Yeah.
them do a concert there. And I know he helps them get their stuff done. He's a really good guy. He's good to
Oh,
work with.
yeah. And Nightlife Exchange is so good. I read it all the time.
I remember when
Okay.
Piano Bar Live started. Oh, okay.
yeah.
We had John in, and now he popped out again. So let's
Okay.
stretch for until he pops
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in.
that's okay. So we're going to bring John Pietero back in. From Innocent Postcards, Poetry, Ciphers, Verse, and this book is out, I want to say today or tomorrow. So do we have John or not yet?
He just popped out. I think he's going to pop in again. He's been trying to make sure that the sound connects.
Oh, okay.
So here he is right
All right.
now. Let's see. Let's get a drum roll going. This is going to work.
And he's a drummer, so we
Did
got
we hear
sound,
you?
John?
Nope, I don't hear him.
Oh, that's so crazy. You know what we can do?
John, call Maria on the phone.
Call me on the phone, John. Call me on the phone, and we'll keep that going. And we will, Leo.
There's no business.
We're gonna make
like
it work.
show.
We're gonna
Business
make
I
it work.
know. Business I know.
Hold on,
Everything about it is appealing.
Leo. I want to keep this. Okay, there's John. Hey, honey, hang on. I'm going to put her on speaker. Okay. Oh, you know why? Because we have this. Okay, the host is muted. Okay. All right, let's see. So, John, I don't know what the problem is, but we're going to make it work. So,
I'm not hearing you though. Why is there a problem with this?
I don't know.
What's going down here.
So let's get John. John,
Why am I not hearing you?
you're not hearing me, honey?
I don't get it. The gods are against this. I'm not sure what happened.
Okay. So, Leo, can you unmute me now, honey? I know
I
Leo.
can hear you. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you
So
can
I-
hear John.
The way that you guys are doing it is fine. I think.
See, I'm hearing you, and I'm not hearing you on my phone.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Well, you know what? Look, watch the Facebook and maybe you can hear me there.
I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's coming through.
Now we're good.
Okay, it's coming through. Leo, is it coming
What
through?
happened? As long as you can hear me, I'm good. I'll just figure out what.
Yeah, you know what? I don't
Yep.
know. Whatever it is, we'll figure it out later. But, John, tell us about your book.
Hey, well, thank you so much. And first of all, two of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
Well, we
So how
love
could
you,
I have a
honey. We
problem
love
with
you.
this? We love you. So thank you. The new book, it's actually my 5th book.
Wow.
This book is called Innocent Postcards, as you mentioned, and it is, well, for those of us of a certain age who remember the Cold War,
Yeah.
will probably include a lot of things that you remember. But I also slip back a little further to people from our parents and maybe even grandparents' generation, because there have always been people in power who have been fighting our will and our intent to, to have a voice. It's been happening forever. And if you look at the FBI, I mean, J. Edgar Hoover was in power from the late 1920s. You can't even imagine that this was going on then. But yeah.
Can you imagine? You know what? It's crazy. You're right. But you know what breaks up this stuff? When people start talking about it. Because if something's in the closet or something's behind the scenes, we don't know about it. Once people start talking about it, that's what's different. And I really, I mean, I love the book, but I love the one, What Did They Do to Billy? That was one of my favorites. And when Reagan was bad, I love that one. You said about the Cold War, but I love What Did They Do with Billy? That was really, that rattled me. But and so you are a political writer. You're an activist. You're very involved with making sure people vote and stirring things up, which is good. We need people to stir things up. And you do a lot of things, John. You're a musician. You're a drummer, right? By the way, I have my drummer cup for you tonight. I'm having my tea in my drummer cup tonight.
Sounds right.
And you're also the big cheese over at Local 802.
No, in fact, I'd say rotten cheese. But here's what I would say. I work at Local 802. I'm part of the staff. And the great thing is they enjoy the fact that I love to put together events. And as you know, we have a big event, historically big event happening on June 27th. And I see Leo put in the postcard, which I was laughing with a coworker of mine. I said, it's going to almost be like, what was that movie, Cruising?
Yes.
I'm going to be hitting all the bars, dropping off cards. Because we want to make sure that everybody in the Hell's Kitchen area is aware that Local 802, the Musicians Union, it took only 100 years, but the Musicians Union is finally going to be celebrating Pride.
Wow.
And you'll be part of that event, which I'm so excited about.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Yes, that event is June 27th. It's a Thursday night, right, John?
That's right.
And the event starts a little bit earlier. You have a chamber music group.
Right. And they're from the ensemble. They're there's a collective called Chamber Queer, and it's all LGBTQ folks. It's going to be great. I mean, I asked, what is the music you'll be playing? But I didn't hear back yet. And I think it's mostly original, modern, and postmodern, classical music. It'll be Cal Sugatsky on viola, a superstar named J.D. Hunter on violin, who's a
Wow.
performance artist as well as a classical violinist, and a cellist named Maria Bella Jeffers.
Wow.
So they're opening the show, and then we'll have some guest speakers, and then we're going to be doing like a blast off 90-minute cabaret event, which you will be one of the featured people in.
I'm so excited.
Oh, God, we're so excited to have you. I even have it written right here. 2024 MAC Award winner.
Oh, well, you're so cute, John. Thank
We
you.
got to put that out there.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, please. And then also there'll be 3 sets for the cabaret. Anthony Fett, I know, who's a good friend of yours.
Wonderful friend.
Right. When we saw him doing the Christmas, Gay as Christmas.
Gayer than Christmas, yeah.
Gayer than Christmas. And then, of course, we close the set off with Susan Campanero as Lavinia.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what the hell she's going to do.
You know what? She doesn't know what the hell she's going to do until she does it. You talk about flying by the seat of your pants. She's one of the most, and she's a Gemini too. She's one of the most creative performers I've ever known in my life. And our musical director that night is none other than, go ahead, you say it. You say it, June.
Lynn Portis.
That's right.
She will be not only musical director, piano player, she's going to be doing a couple of numbers. And I told her I want her to do her latest single as well.
Oh,
And I
great.
said, if it's up to her. And she said yes. So I'll take that as a yes. I'll be sitting in on hand drums for that piece.
Oh, cool.
So we'll be having a blast on that. And I think that you and Lavinia will be doing vocals on that. Maybe
Oh,
Anthony
yeah,
also.
absolutely. All of us. And Sherry Miracle, good friend of mine, and probably the best jazz drummer I've ever heard in my life. She is the leader of Diva Jazz Orchestra, which is an 18-piece all-girl band. I highly recommend you go see them. And John, and the name of the bass player is Alexi Bodick.
And she's primarily a Broadway and studio musician. Basically, all of the musicians who are on, I'll say this, the 6 musicians, I should say instrumentalists, because you're all musicians. The 6 instrumentalists who are on are all members of Local 802. They're all professional musicians. They're either people who've made their living in, like Cal Sugatsky, she performs with the Philharmonic very often. And others are studio musicians, and there are people who tour in the theater. I'm thrilled. When you told me Sherry Miracle is going to be there, she's a great drummer.
Yeah.
And a composer, and somebody who's a teacher, and one of those folks who
and we also worked together at the Ronald McDonald House a few years back.
Wow.
And she and I and a bunch of amazing musicians put together this incredible composition. And I do want to promote this. It's called I Will Always Be There. It's a song I wrote for the Ronald McDonald House. And Sherry got all these amazing musicians together to record it. And I interviewed 2 kids that were there. And I took their story from that interview. I wrote a song. And please, if you go to Apple Music or anywhere you download it, if you buy it, 100% of the proceeds go to the Ronald McDonald House.
Oh, man, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, it's called, just type in Ronald McDonald House. It's the only thing, and it'll come up. It's called I Will Always Be There. And Sherry's playing on it. I'm singing on it. The kids are singing on it. It's fantastic. So that's happening. John, when is your book getting released?
Coming up this Friday, actually. It's the 31st, this Friday, and we'll be at the Delancey, which is downtown, the east side, though. Let me get that address right. 168 Delancey Street.
Okay.
And it's going to be great because Lori and I, some of the folks who listen here know we write in all the time, and we also were guests on your show quite a while ago as a duo.
I love that.
I love it too.
Yeah.
We perform sometimes just under our own names, and sometimes it's the Red Microphone.
Right.
Under the name the Red Microphone, we usually have horns with us. Lori plays bass.
Yeah.
I do spoken word and either play drums and percussion, or I do nothing, and we don't have any drumming. and it's just kicking ass, with spoken word, bass, and the horns just playing free jazz.
Oh, I love it. It's fantastic.
Love it too. And also sometimes we have guitarists. It all depends on the moment.
You know what it reminds me of, John? Old school New York.
Oh,
Old school East Village, Bohemian New York.
right.
Like back in the day, New York. It's like so real and fantastic. So check out anything that John does. John and Lori, they do an amazing. And your radio station every Wednesday, WFMU.
Yes, I so appreciate Leo being part of that. He not only checks in with us. If there's a problem with sound, he lets us know.
Leo's he's the man.
There you go. And he's our West Coast techie. And basically what we do is New York downtown. But you know what? We open up and we widen that gap because at the end of the month, or I should say, looking towards the beginning of the next month,
right,
is Lori's show. I mean, we're both on all the time, but Lori takes the reins on that final Wednesday of the month, and she does something called two X's, not three, two X's, eccentric behavior.
Love it.
And it's only women artists. So it's all part of Beneath the Underground because unfortunately women artists have been fighting to get out of the underground as long as they've been recordings at all.
Yeah.
That's Lori's website, which Leo happened to be the one to design for her.
Oh, he did such a good job too. It's so good.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
So we're thrilled about that. So that show comes up. Today's Tuesday, so that show comes up tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. I usually listen to it the next day because I work Wednesday night, so I listen to it the next day.
And the best part is because we are part of FMU, the streaming part of FMU. We stream on something called Sheena's Jungle Room. Love that name.
Yeah.
Because we stream on that, they have several streaming channels. Folks don't have to listen when we're really on the air. I mean, it's cool if they do.
Yeah, it is cool.
Some do. But if they don't, that's okay too, because you know what? We're having a blast, and you can check out that blast anytime you'd like.
Yeah.
And it's everything from hard punk to free avant-garde jazz to rockabilly and pop and just straight ahead jazz. And again, when Lori does her thing, it's only female artists. So this particular week is going to be very intense. It's going to be cringe-worthy music.
Wow.
The songs that were written in the early 60s and even later that would never fly today.
Right.
And she's going to play these and then discuss them and put out there, why it's really a bunch of nonsense and why, women have to have as much of a voice as men do in any situation.
Yeah, I mean, I watch some stuff sometimes and I cannot believe what things were like back then. But, it's just the way it was and we've come so far. But what I will say is we must never go back because we know too much now. Leo, what did you want to say?
Well, one of the hot topics on...
Now, Leo.
Yeah, no, I can hear him on my, because I have the, you know what it is? I have the
microphone. On the, one of the hot topics on the underground is my name being the accidental a stage manager. But they always say it's more, but it's just accidental stage manager. We just kind of fell into this. I kind of, helping out Maria. So it was all an accident.
I love it. All right, let's because we're having some sound. The thing is, if I pop out, then then you can hear that, but my speakers on my thing aren't too good. Okay, so we're gonna do our food section of our show. Let's bring Scott back on. Hi, Scotty. And I'm gonna do the food section of our show. Okay, so the name of this part of the show. Oh my God, there's Rena Cugnali-Berghi, my cousin from Massachusetts. I saw her this week. We had such a nice time. So on the count of 3, everybody says, go ahead, keep eating. 1, 2, 3.
Go ahead.
Keep eating. Okay, so what did I make tonight? It is, after all, Memorial Day, and a lot of people have cookouts and all that stuff. So I kind of went with that theme. So I made pulled chicken sliders. So I took a rotisserie chicken, shredded it up, put it in a pan, and I put some hot honey from Trader Joe's. I also put some Vidalia onions, baby red peppers. Hold on a second. What did I do with my? Oh, I don't know what I do with them now. I put some garlic in there, and honey, yeah, and some cayenne pepper. So that's in there. And then I made a little pico de gallo myself here.
Ooh.
Yes, thank you, Leo. So these little tomatoes that I buy, they're called bombs, flavor bombs, and they're so sweet. Can't imagine. I chopped some of those up, chopped up Vidalia onion, cilantro. I used lemon instead of lime because I was out of lime, and then put a little Tabasco in there, and also honey ginger vinegar.
Ooh.
So that's what I put, just a dash of it in there because I like to put a little vinegar in there. And it's off the hook. We'll have it with some chips. That's that.
Are you said baby red peppers, are they sweeter than the
Yes, they are. I like sweet. I'm like a sugar junkie. So any way I can get it, I'll take it. And then I made coleslaw, which I also brought to Rena's, but I made fresh coleslaw today too. So I shredded red cabbage, white cabbage, broccoli, and carrots, and I added some Sicilian lemon vinegar, a little bit of, I put Splenda instead of sugar for me. And then there's this great thing called dill pickle seasoning that you get at Trader Joe's, and it's all the flavors of a dill pickle. I added that. I added some onion, salt, and mayonnaise, and it's delicious. So that's my own. These are all my own recipes. And then since I was at Trader Joe's, what says campfire better than s'mores, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are s'mores clusters from Trader Joe's. So it just takes everything. It puts it together in one little bite-sized little turtle there.
That's so Girl Scout cookie-ish.
Yeah, so that's what we did tonight. And let me see. We have about 6 minutes left. So let's Scotty, what is when you were a kid, what was your comfort food?
Oh, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
my mother learned how to make pasta chich, which is pasta with, not for Joel, not with those hard beans, but with garbanzo beans.
Oh
chickpeas.
Yeah.
And bacon was in there and some onion, and we ate that a lot. We didn't
Oh,
have a whole
yeah.
lot of money, but we always ate.
Well, you know what it is? It's funny that you say that. I always say that about my mom. I always say I didn't even know we were poor because my mother was such an amazing cook. But we did eat things like that. Soups went a long way with a little bit of bread, beans, a lot of beans, and
A lot of beans in my house.
a lot of minestrones, things that you could stretch. And you know what else we ate a lot of? Polenta. Because if you think about it, polenta is just cornmeal, and you could make it in a big, giant vat, right? And then at Rena's house, my Uncle Joe, who I just adored, used to pour it out onto like this big slat, like wooden slat. And pour it out. They put a little sauce on there, and then you would eat from. Everybody would sit at the table and eat from their section. Isn't that crazy?
So that's fun. So the Mexican equivalent to the polenta would be the tamale, because it's the corn, the masa,
Yeah.
that we would eat into that, just cooked in a different way.
Leo one year made, how many tamales do you make at Christmas, Leo?
We made we made 450 tamales. We counted
450 tamales.
Yeah, I had a troop of people though. When it's just
mean,
me, it's a couple of dozen. When it's like the Mexican League, you can really get.
How crazy is that? And John, what was a comfort food for you when you were a kid?
Unfortunately, probably everything.
Yeah.
I was one of these kids that I definitely put on some weight when I was probably 10, and I remember whatever I could get my hands on. My very favorite dessert till this day is a black and white cookie.
Yeah.
It's the real thing.
That's such a New York thing. And that's only a New York thing. I don't know if they even have that anywhere else. But black and white cookies were that was the thing in New York, right? All my friends. Okay, let's remind people. So John's book is coming out this weekend. Also, Local 802. John has put together an incredible Pride show. John in the mayor's office. So thank you to them as well. And it's going to
quickly say the mayor's office of entertainment and media, and yeah, they're not only co-hosting, they're financing this beautiful event. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think we may get the commissioner at the event to be one of the speakers.
Wow. How cool is that going to be? Oh, and by the way, everybody, it's free, right, John?
Oh, absolutely, of course. And there'll be food, and I know there'll be some drink.
So,
We have to sneak it in.
I love that. So if you want to be, you want to come and see this, it's 322 West 48th Street, which I believe is between 8th and 9th.
That's right.
And it's June 27th. It's a Thursday night. The music starts at 6. And the we go on, I think the jazz show starts at 8, maybe?
Yeah, basically 6, we'll have some music, and then we'll have talk, and then music. But basically 8 to 9:30.
Yeah.
You folks.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And so from 6 to 9:30, you have a bunch of great stuff happening, completely free. It's a really cute little space. Lynn was telling me about it. So please, I know Chauncey's going to be there. Please come and hang out at Local 802, which is the Musicians Union, and it's incredible. So all your Broadway musicians are Local 802. All your musicians that work in venues in New York are Local 802.
For sure.
And Scotty, remind us again of the wonderful event at the church.
Well, Chelsea Community Church takes place at St. Peter's, which is on West 20th Street. And the big days again are going to be the 16th. Michael Bowe will be singing. Tree is going to be speaking. And then the following week on the 23rd is the Blessing of the Drag Queens, and we have Ruby Rims is going to be there speaking.
I love Ruby. Ruby's amazing.
Amazing, and that's the thing, is we're lucky that we have some of those people from there to really bring the stories and bring the feel of what it was like to get where we are today. Because, like you said, we're not going back.
No,
but I
we
want
can't.
people to go forward. I want people to go forward knowing where they, it's important to know the history. So,
Yeah.
and Cameron Mitchell Bell is going to be singing.
Wow, that's so cool.
That's what we're doing.
cool.
I mean, we're pulling it all out for Gay Pride Month.
And go and visit Nightlife Exchange, which Scott runs and is incredible and does anything you need to know. Go to Nightlife Exchange. Okay,
Thank you.
Leo, I know Leo is in the middle of moving. So Leo, we're sending you lots of love. Next week, Leo will be in his new place, I think, right?
Yep. This is the last broadcast from this apartment.
Okay, if I missed you guys, if I missed anything anybody had to say tonight was a little, we had to do a couple of tech things, a little tech acrobatics. So I will read all your comments afterwards and comment back. Thank you for your support. We are so glad that you come here every week. Now, follow us on Instagram. We got our page back, the What's the Story with Maria page. Follow us on Facebook. We have a What's the Story with Maria page, please. And just, if you have anything you want to promote, let us know. That's my joy to promote what you're doing out there, okay? And please register to vote if you haven't already, vote.org. And let's do the right thing, okay? This is our country. Let's not let it slip away. Leo, you want to have the last word?
Get out and vote. We cannot. Sorry.
Okay. John, Scott, Leo, everybody, thank you. Everybody out there, we love and appreciate you. We'll see you every Tuesday, 9 to 10 Eastern. Always.